It is the most perfect, gloomy, rainy fall day today, so we had to do some cozy fall thrifting. We are at a little local thrift store here in Wisconsin called Treasures from the Heart. I love it because it just feels like such a cozy fall vibe, and it kind of has a good mix of everything. We're gonna thrift for all of it. If it's a cozy fall vibe, we're going for it. I have a list of home decor stuff, which you guys know I don't always do very often, and I tend to skim through that, but I came up with a list of things that I want to look for and get because I'm starting to get a little bit braver with decorating my home, getting stuff to fill my home and make it a home. I also have an updated clothes wish list. I crossed some things out because we did find some, but I'm always open to those things still. And then I added scarves and beanies because, as you guys know, I want to start looking for colorful scarves and beanies now that it's getting cold, and I want more like this. This is my one colorful scarf, and I don't have any colorful beanies, which is just so sad. That's enough chatting. Let's go into cold, rainy fall air and see what we find.
It was truly such a cold, rainy day that I was so excited to be in a warm thrift store, but I was not expecting Christmas. There was Christmas everywhere, and I don't know, I just wasn't prepared for it. But I also wasn't prepared to find a mirror that matches my house right off the bat for $8.99. Like, what? Now, mirrors aren't on my wish list, but I do love a good mirror, and this one was such a good size, and it was light too because it kind of had plastic on the back, so I did put her behind the counter so no one could take her in the meantime. Now, not only are we looking for cozy fall finds on this thrift trip, but we have a secret mission, and it's to find some little fun birthday presents for my mom's birthday, and I thought this cute little vintage chicken for 99 cents was a pretty good place to start. But not gonna lie, I was very thrown off by all the Christmas. I think I've just been so set on fall and embracing fall that Christmas just feels like a million years away, and to be around it all, I was just not prepared emotionally. I was kind of surprised they didn't have much for unique fun frames. Normally I find a couple here. I did find this blue mug, which was so cute and really good quality. Let me know if you know this brand. The color kind of threw me off initially because it didn't really feel like fall to me, but now that I'm thinking about it, I should just put it in to use in my blessing dresser. I love giving away mugs, and you guys know I love a good mug, which is why it's not on my wish list because I have no problem finding those. I was excited to see that they still had their fall section set up. It was just towards the back of the store, and it really made me wish I would have come here during peak fall time because I bet the store was just exploding in fall. And oh my goodness, these handmade pumpkins out of fabric, like I feel like I remember my mom making these, and I need to DIY some because how cute would that be in different colors and sizes? I need to put this on my to-do list. Which, speaking of fabric, I went through all their little fabric bundles, and the one that stood out to me most was this cute blue polka dotted one, so we tossed that in. The two things I've been loving using fabric for lately have been to patchwork DIY my clothes and to also cover the mats on my photo frame. It's such an easy way to bring color into your home, which is something I kind of struggle with, which is why I've been looking for some fun throw blankets. I feel like that's another easy way to just add a pop of color, and so when I saw this yellow one, I was like, wait, this feels really nice. Like, it looks really nice, and for like $4. I was trying to find the brand of this, and I just simply could not, so I had to unravel it, and look at that. West Elm. I was not expecting it to be a West Elm throw blanket for only $3.99, so we definitely tossed that in the basket. I'm really glad I skimmed over the fall section again because I found these little tin leaves that were hand painted. So precious. These were also going in the basket. Oh, and I forgot to mention that purple tags were 99 cents, so this is very exciting. Keep an eye out for those purple tags. I started in the coats because they had those all kind of in the front of the store. They did have their coats marked a little bit high, I will say. I mean, it's still a good deal, like for a Land's End new basically coat for $30. Thought that was good, but this is still a thrift store and it felt a little steep. The jacket section was a hit though. I found this hot pink denim jacket with flowers on it. We're definitely trying this on, and this jacket isn't something I'd wear, but definitely gives those cozy fall vibes, and I thought it was pretty neat. I love that they actually have a little scarf section. They had them listed pretty well. I thought the prices were good. I thought this one was kind of cute with like the fall plaid, but it was one of those infinity scarves, and I just didn't love the pattern. I feel like we could have it be more fun. I could use some better winter gloves, so I thought these would almost work, but they weren't as nice and warm as I thought. And I thought I really scored with these buckskin mittens, but they were so itchy inside. I was so bummed because I know that these would be super warm through the winter in Wisconsin. I did end up finding this scarf that just gave me total fall vibes. Like, look at all these colors together. So beautiful. It literally looks like fall leaves all in a scarf. So toss that in to try on. And underneath here, I found basically a whole bucket of handmade hats and scarves. This one I thought was super cute. Such a fun fit, but just not the right colors for me. Same with this one, but I did end up finding this fuzzy one in white, which how Pinteresty fall winter is that? I love a big, oversized, chunky beanie. Like, that is just I love. I love the color of this purse, and I almost thought it was like a Coach purse, like a true leather one. I feel like for fall that would look so good. Now we are digging through all the sweaters and cardigans, which truly feels like fall to me. I cannot wait to look through these. This is not really what I'm meaning, but still very cute and definitely fits under those fall vibes. I also think I maybe found like the Pinterest fall sweater of the year. Look at this Ralph Lauren quarter zip cable knit sweater. So beautiful and stunning with the gold zipper and everything too. I ended up putting this cardigan in my basket instead. This was a $60 cardigan. I had never heard of this brand before, but this one is definitely closer to my style than the Ralph Lauren one. I feel like it definitely also didn't feel super soft either, and you guys know how I feel about cable knit. It just is a little too preppy looking for me. As you can see, I almost passed on this plaid Old Navy blouse top, and I'm so glad I didn't. You'll find out later. So very glad I put this in my basket. This isn't fall at all, but this tank top reminded me so much of the one that Karuna had given to me in the mystery thrift box. Different brand, but so similar. And I actually have been looking for more camo. I think to patchwork DIY something on camo would be so cute. This one isn't the camo I'm looking for. I definitely want more of a true real looking camouflage, but I thought it'd be worth a try on that button up too. It was just such good quality. I had to try it. They didn't have a very large pants section, but I still went over there to see what they had, and I did find a pair of Fabletics like legging joggers, which was kind of cool. It's kind of a rare find around here. And this Hollister pair of plaid pants I thought was so cool, but they were skinny jeans and just not my style. If they were wide leg, I totally would have tried. But you guys, look at what I found in the men's section. I saw this little like fuzzy white poking out, and it's an Ireland quarter zip. If you guys know, AJ and I have been talking about going to Ireland for forever. Like, this is kind of our dream destination. And then I turn around and I see this Woolrich jacket, like authentic Woolrich, which that brand has been on my radar because Target recently did a collab with them. I was just stunned, and the fact that AJ wasn't here with me was such a bummer, but I know my husband well enough and he would not pick out either of those things, so I left them for someone else to find. But wow, such perfect fall finds in the men's section. Of course, they were marked a little high though, but I get it. So this is your official reminder to not skip the men's section. There's so many times that I'll be thrifting and I really want to skip it because I went through all the women's clothes and there's always so much, but don't skip the men's. You can find so many gems there, and sometimes it's the best quality stuff. Speaking of quality, look at what I found. A pair of Uggs. Like, I've never seen a pair of Uggs like this with this like sandal clog type look. These were awesome. Unfortunately, as per usual, they were too big for me. Otherwise, these would have been amazing. Another good quality thing I found was this Duluth Trading Co. Christmas sweater. How fun is this? New with tags and everything. Unfortunately, AJ is not a sweater guy, and so I know that he would not go for this at all. But I personally was very tempted by this St. John's Bay Christmas sweater with these bears wearing a Santa hat. Now looking back, I don't know why I didn't put this at least to try on. I think because the colors weren't my favorite, but I'm kind of regretting that now. But my basket was getting so full I could barely carry it, so I think it's time we try everything in this basket on. And I knew the first thing we were going to try on is that Hunter's Run pink jacket. You cannot tell me that this doesn't look like something that would be at Free People and probably marked for like $200. When I first put it on though, the first thing I noticed was just how oversized it is on me. It's also just a very long jacket. Like, look at the length on me, and I have a pretty short torso. I'm 5'3", so the length of this really was what I think was putting me over the edge, because I don't mind oversized things. It just felt a little like not proportioned to my body. I didn't really want to crop it because I didn't want to lose those other flowers, which were so pretty, by the way. I don't know if it came like this or if someone DIY'd it like this, but I just love that this jacket has so much whimsy. I think that's been the word that I've been clinging to recently. I don't want my clothes to be too out there, but I also don't want them to be so casual, practical, boring that they're not adding a little bit of something special and sparkly and fun into everyday life, you know? Like, look at the horses on the buttons of this jacket. As a former horse girl, I am freaking out right now. But I feel like this cardigan is something that a horse girl today would wear. Let me know. I've never heard of this brand, but I love that this cardigan gives a Western cowgirl vibe to it. That's really what drew me to this cardigan in the first place. Kind of similar to the jacket, this didn't fit me quite right. It felt kind of long and a little too oversized. And for it being originally $60, I don't think it's really made that well. Like, the quality isn't great. You can tell it's not 100% cotton. It's definitely acrylic or polyester or something. I personally didn't like the collar and how that laid. It's not my style really. And just overall having it on, it just didn't feel like me, you know, something was a little off. But I still appreciated all of the cute little details of this cardigan. I really have mixed feelings on this camo button up. Such good quality. I actually really like the fit. Like, this is a kind of oversized fit that I don't mind. And I don't even hate the camo print, but I still just want it to be real camo, you know what I mean? It just feels like I'm almost playing dress up or something, and I don't like that. I was trying to envision it with like little patchwork details on it to, you know, make it a little bit more girly and stuff. I don't know. I was just having a hard time envisioning what that would look like and if I would practically wear something like that. So we did pass on her. I was not hopeful for this Old Navy blouse top, but when I put it on, I felt immediately very comfortable. I was like, this feels like me. I feel like myself. I feel very confident in this. But I think I was most surprised by how good the colors looked on me. I kind of was expecting this shirt to wash me out and not look good, but I think it actually looked really good and made my eyes pop a bit. It just looked very cohesive with me, if that makes sense. Plus, it's such a pretty, fun blue plaid, which I feel like works so well for the fall and the summer, springtime as well. So yeah, I was not expecting to love this one as much as I did. But this pink top from Universal Thread had the opposite story. I did not like this one at all. Look at the puffs on the sleeves. That just felt a little weird. The shape overall on me felt very weird, like the high neck, the tight arms, the loose, you know, around the waist. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think the color is okay. I think the pink is fun. I've been trying to wear more pink, but this just wasn't me. I didn't feel like myself in this. I did love all the details though. They were so beautiful and intricate. I wished I loved it because it is just such a good top. But realistically, I just couldn't see myself reaching for this shirt, especially in the fall time. But this scarf screams fall. Look at how beautiful the colors are. I really like this scarf on and with this outfit, but it was a little short. As soon as I put it on, I was like, dang, like, I wish the scarf was just longer, you know, so you could kind of wrap it around a couple times and layer it. I definitely need warm colors on me so I don't look pale. I feel like the cooler colors tend to wash me out, and this scarf really added some warmth back into my face, and I really love that. It was kind of thin though, so I was like, is this going to keep me warm through the Midwest fall and winter? I don't know, but this is me actively deciding if I should get it or not. With the scarf, I decided to try on this fuzzy handmade hat. This was such a fun hat. I love how oversized and fuzzy it is. I love the white, but I was trying to decide if I would practically wear this also, but it does look like something I'd see on Pinterest, you know? I love that kind of oversized beanie look, which this is definitely what I'm going for. I just didn't know if the white was too boring. Do you get what I'm saying? I really was split on this, so let me know what you guys would do. I did find a little mark on it, which kind of made me lean towards no, but we'll see. As per usual, we did one last look around the thrift store. I always do this because I tend to find some of my best finds when I look around a second time. This chicken shirt for my mom might not have been the best find. It was a little intense, so we did pass on that, but I did think of her when I saw it. There wasn't anyone back in the book section, so I was finally able to make my way over there and look through all the books. I just feel like you can't get much more fall cozy than books, especially thrifted books. I feel like looking through all the shelves of glassware and things is always where I miss stuff, so I'm really glad I checked again because I found this cute little jar that I thought my mom would love, and I also found this. Do I know what this is? No. Do I think it's beautiful? Yes. Originally when I saw it, I thought it was a lampshade of some kind, which I thought would be perfect, but I think a candle goes in there. But whatever it is, I don't think I can leave it behind, so I snuck it in the basket before finally checking out.
Okay, we're back. As you can see, this was a little bit unexpected. Everything, honestly, about this haul was unexpected. This was very fun, but let's go home and debrief. I want to collect my thoughts, go home, get a cup of coffee, we can snuggle up, and we can chat about all the cozy fall finds that we found. Probably going to be a couple things in this haul that you're like, why did you get that? Why did you leave that behind? Just a reminder that this is my money. I can spend it how I want, and I have reasons why I leave stuff behind, why I don't, and we'll go through those reasons, but just keep in mind that this is my money. You can spend money on whatever you want. Maybe you would have spent money on it, but just a little disclaimer there, because I know there's probably gonna be a couple things that even I'm like, why did I not get that? But I have reasons, and we'll go over those at the end. All that to say, let's jump into this very cozy, fun fall haul. Yes, I did get the mirror. I feel like this is such a perfect find. I'm the kind of person who, anywhere there's an empty wall, I just put a mirror there. And I absolutely love the size of this one, where it's not that small, kind of awkward size, but it's not too big. And it is like a plastic, you know, it's really light actually. And so I don't worry too much about it falling. $8.99, not a bad deal. I mean, a little expensive for a thrift store under $10 for this size of a mirror, I mean, I'll take it. I feel like I have so many rooms, like our bedroom, our downstairs basement area, some hallways, my sewing room, the guest bedroom. There's so many rooms in our house where the walls need to be filled and I just don't have the answer. Also, in my heart, it just reminded me of nursery mirrors that are above the changing table. I know at the very least I can save it for that and, you know, paint it whatever color I want. I can just leave it, but at least I know I have a mirror for that when the time comes. I just think you can't go wrong. Now for all the other little things, which I just feel like everything in this haul is so surprising and it's so not my usual thrift haul. This is fun. The first thing I decided on was this cute little bit of fabric. It's these dainty polka dots on this really pretty blue fabric. This was only 99 cents and I thought since I've been getting into doing like patchwork lettering on clothes and everything, this would be a perfect fabric for some patchwork design. So I cannot wait to keep crafting this fall and winter. The next thing I got is so random, but I got these little tin leaves. It looks like they were painted by honestly a kid or something. They were only 50 cents each, so $1. As you guys know, don't have much for fall decor or just like honestly seasonal decor in general, but I just thought these were so fun and they spark joy. But just give that little bit of whimsy to the season. They just look so playful to me and I really like that. So I'm gonna have to find a home for them ASAP because fall, it's not over yet, but it goes quick. So like how perfect, like literally we got like the leaf emojis in this fall haul like that. I mean, come on. Okay, the next two items are for my mom's birthday. Her birthday is in October. I got her something else, but I wanted to get her a couple little fun things. First thing I knew I was walking away with was this little rooster chicken. It is like truly vintage. It looks so cool. It's just so precious. It was only 99 cents. So for $1, I thought even if she has it in the barn, in the bathroom, she could use it, you know, on the table for decorations in a group of something. My mom has a lot of chicken stuff. Like I feel like that's kind of become her and my dad's thing is like chicken stuff. But I thought, what's one more to the collection for $1? And if she just wants to redonate it, she always can. And the next gift for my mom is this jar for 99 cents. I love the blue tint to it and like edges, like it's such a pretty, I like that it's not just round but that the edges are, you know, all angled, and it has this cute cork that you can open. I thought, you know, for flowers, for putting stuff in, for just decor, whatever, I thought this was really pretty. And again, for 99 cents, just something that I know my mom will like and use, and you know, she can even give it as a gift or something and have flowers in it. So very sweet. And I did decide to come home with this Old Navy blouse top. I was kind of shocked that this looked good on me. I love a blue, you guys know that, but I was a little worried that the pattern and the color maybe aren't the best for me, and maybe they're not, I don't know. But for what was this, like $3, $2.99? I was like, let's take a chance on this. Let's see if I wear it this fall and winter. I just thought this looked so classic. I feel like my style is like Midwest Free People vibe. Maybe like Little House on the Prairie Free People vibes. Like if that came together, but also with a little bit of sporty too, like tomboy vibes, you know? And I thought this was honestly a good mix. If this had a Free People tag, I would think it's adorable, but it's Old Navy and it's still adorable. I really think this is so cute, and I love like a blue plaid. I thought that looked really nice. I thought it made my eyes look nice. I do just wish I was tanner. That's the downside of fall and winter, is I'm not gonna see the sun for a while and my skin is going to get progressively paler. Okay, and the last thing I decided on was so last minute and so random, but I had to do it. I might regret this. Is this not kind of cool for decor? It says it's made in India. This ended up being $4.99. It looks like, and it kind of says, I think you put a candle in here, right? Does it just simply cover a candle? And that's what like the top is for the smoke? I don't know, but I absolutely love this color and like the mosaic pattern of it, the sparkliness. I feel like with the candle in here, it would look so beautiful. I was envisioning it going downstairs on our little entryway table there because we need a lamp. That's what I kind of was thinking. It was like, this was a lampshade. Will it look ugly? I don't know. It was $5. Again, I just feel like this looks like Free People vibes, kind of Anthropology a little bit. It also reminds me of like Little House on the Prairie too, because it just feels very like patchwork, kind of homemade, and it just feels unique. Like it's not something you find at Target. But I just don't know if it's gonna look weird. If you know, let me know your thoughts. It is a little random, but I kind of love it. All of that added up to like $22, which is crazy. So we got, let's see, $1, $2, $3, $4, $9. Maybe that is right. It's close. Yeah, I guess with taxes, I guess it would be $22. The mirror just really did it in at $9. And honestly, the lampshade. But $2 of it was for my mom's birthday present. Have only $3 of it be for clothes. I feel really good about that. But I did want to talk about some of the things I left behind. It already was a pretty expensive haul overall at $22, and it would have been really expensive if I would have said yes to a few more of the items that I found. So the first is the West Elm throw blanket. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it was there, and for $4, that's crazy. The reason I passed on it is because practically that kind of the feeling that it was, and I think it was polyester, and just the way like how thin it was, I don't think we'd practically use it as a blanket on the couch. It's more just for decor, which is fine. But even as decor, while I like the yellow, I didn't like the geometric shape of it. It was so close to being something I would like, and maybe if I saw it in my house, I'd love it on our blanket ladder. There was too many things that I was like, I don't think I'd naturally buy this new. I think I'd rather have a different pattern, different color, variations of color. But again, the pattern, I wasn't obsessed with the geometric pattern. That just isn't really something I have in my house a lot. The scarf was so fun, and honestly the colors were stunning and beautiful, and I loved it with the outfit I'm wearing. But the length was a little short. It isn't really built for warmth, it's more for style. I just feel like for what, I think $5, I'd rather have that $5 even go towards something like a new scarf, because I really want to get something that I'm obsessed with, that I love. I just don't know how much use I'd get out of that one, and I have a feeling it might just sit around. And again, I love the colors. I don't think I'll ever get sick of those colors, but I think I'd rather have a scarf that's a little bit more updated looking, a little bit more like warm, kind of like the one I was wearing, like thick and nice and like cozy, versus that one was just a little thin and not dense enough for me. I wanted more to her, but it was so close, and I decided to save my $5 honestly to get this lamp thing. I kind of was going between the two, and I just felt like this was a better purchase. What was the brand? Hunter's Run. That pink jacket with the floral like doily thing, that was like from Free People, Anthropologie. I would be like, it's so good. I loved even the buttons, how they had the horses on them. Everything was so good, except the size of it I think was just too big, and something looked a little like unfinished on me. It just didn't feel right. I don't know too if the pink color is a little too cool tone, if it was like the best, or if it was just even something I would wear on my day-to-day. I feel like I could see a really cool girl who has such a fun sense of style wearing it, and that's what I wanted. Like when I saw it, I was like, this is my moment. Like I can rock this. I'm gonna embrace this. But putting it on, I think it was kind of wearing me. I tried to, especially with clothes, think of a couple things I would wear it with, layer it with. If I was going to a coffee date and I was gonna throw it on, would it look good with a majority of my clothes? Not like all of them, but just like, could I see myself throwing it on? And I just couldn't. I didn't see it mixing with my current closet right now. Plus the price, what, $17 for it? I just could not do it. That I might as well save up for one that I really, really love at that point. But so fun. Definitely makes you want to get some sort of statement fun personality jacket or DIY my own patchwork one. Yeah, I love seeing all the things together. It's kind of like a blue fall, like blue brown fall vibe. I feel like that's so cute. Plus with the mirror. Okay, let's get the mirror there. And it feels very much my personality. I think that's the biggest thing with thrifting, is you want it to feel like you. And it's so cool to curate things from just a whole, you know, big store, and you get to find things that are yours, that look like you. But yeah, let's test out some of these things in the house. I need to see especially how this looks. Let's go. Okay, this is the area I was envisioning this. I do have a candle here, but oh, it doesn't fit. No. Does that look weird? Like, I feel like it needs to be glowing. Okay, I have a fake battery operated tea light candle. Okay, wait. I do kind of like that. I feel like just with the art here, it feels very cohesive, but does it need to be standing on something? The lady at the thrift store, she didn't really know exactly what it was for, but that you could possibly set it on a bowl and then with a candle. So again, let me know. Definitely doesn't bring as much light as I wanted it to, like as much as a lamp would, which I really do feel like I need here. But I do like it. I like that I don't know, I think it's cute, but it's a little weird. I don't know. Would that look cute here? Ooh, wait, do I like that? Like, is that cool? cool? Or like, does that look good? Okay, but do you see what I mean? I just love mirrors in like hallways and transitional areas so you can see, you know, how you look. If things are, you know, whatever, you can just kind of catch a glimpse. And I just love the light it brings in, because it is such a dark hallway. There's like no lights. I have a feeling I might like it there, kind of. And this is just such a this is cute. And we just see it every day because that's the door that we go into. Dang, this is looking cute. I also thought about our guest bedroom. This is our blessing dresser. We do have a picture here, but we can always, I mean, it's more just to fill space right now. I mean, ideally this would have been our nursery setup because this is for the nursery. It's what I originally got it for, but having it here like would be cute and feel like a vanity, kind of be more put together. It's just, I wouldn't look at it every day, you know, which is kind of like not as exciting. We definitely need a mirror here, and I think that that would look really nice. This is the wall like across from the window. So it's normally where like I like having it white because but I just think that'd ruin it. I don't know. It could go here, but kind of random maybe. But I do feel like we need a mirror in this room because it just is so tiny. I don't know, the hallway makes me most excited. I thought our pantry door would be kind of cute for the leaf. That's cute. Maybe we'll put the leaf on this Polaroid of AJ and I. I know AJ's gonna hate this because this thing is probably gonna fall, but that'll work for now. Okay, let's have a little laundry chat. I read my Bible this morning and I've still been reading my Bible before my phone, so that's been really good. I did forget to do that in Milwaukee, and it actually was crazy the difference I could feel not reading my Bible. My days were so stressful, overwhelmed. I just felt anxious, and yeah, I was honestly kind of breaking down. I've really been liking getting back into that rhythm again. I am in the book of Ruth. Something about Ruth, I don't know, feels very like, it's such a little cute book. It's kind of a little love story, and it feels like a perfect book of the Bible to read in the fall on like a gloomy fall day. I keep saying that, but I don't know, it just feels like so aesthetic. So I read chapter 1 this morning, and Ruth is a special book to me because AJ and I read it together when we were engaged. We kind of went through it. The part that really stood out to me is in verse 14. Then they lifted up their voices and wept again, and Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her. And so if you don't know the backstory of the story of Ruth, Naomi is a woman who loses both her husband and her 2 sons, and she's left with basically just her daughter-in-laws, which are Ruth and Orpah, which I probably am saying wrong. Eventually in the story, Naomi says, you girls have been with me long enough. I'm going to leave this area. I'm going back to where she, you know, Naomi originally came from. And she was like, you don't need to stay with me. Like, you know, you need to leave and live your own life and whatever. And Orpah was the one who left, but Ruth was the one who stayed with her, and it says that Ruth clung to her. That phrase stuck with me this morning, and a little bit later it's, you know, the iconic verse where Ruth says, you know, where you go, I go, where you live, I live, where you die, I die, like I will be with you. That verse in particular was very important to AJ and I. I think it just represented our relationship where we were like, we are going to be one when we decide to get married. Wherever we go, I'm going to, like, we're never leaving each other. I think it's so cool though to think of Ruth saying this to her mother-in-law. This isn't someone that she's marrying. This isn't someone that she's, you know, blood related to. So the loyalty of that is just so beautiful, and that like female friendship I think is just so cool. And because both of them are grieving, you know, they're both grieving the son, or Ruth's husband, and Naomi is also grieving her husband, so they both know what it's like to lose a husband. I don't know, it's just cool thinking of them as real people. And I think thinking of it now being married for, you know, 4 years and having my own mother-in-law, you know, like just putting myself in Ruth's shoes, it's so different now. But again, the phrase that I keep thinking of is Ruth clung to her. I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts on what you feel like that means to you. I think it's such a beautiful visual of what it looks like to stand by your friends and family no matter what. When things get hard and when even they try to pull away, Ruth clung to her. I want to be that. I would describe myself as a pretty loyal person. I really identify a lot with Ruth and how she's pretty stubborn and really like loves her people. I want to be more like that, and I think I see myself in Ruth like clinging to Naomi, where it's like you just don't give up on people, you know, you don't leave the people you love, and even though things are hard and maybe tragedies happen and, you know, people move away and everything, you cling to them, you know. I think it's cool that God gives us people in our life who are like that. I definitely have friends in my life who have clung on to me during really hard times. I mean, I could shout out so many of my friends that have just clung to me during our miscarriages, and where I felt like such a terrible friend, they still hung on even though I couldn't be there for them during special moments in their life and I wasn't there fully for different things. I just think it's so beautiful, that friendship that God gives us, and it's so important, you know, like again, this isn't a marriage relationship, this is a friendship, this is a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship. The bond is this friendship and love that is between them, and it's so strong and beautiful, and I think it's a gift that God gives us, the gift of friendship too, because us women, we understand each other, you know, like as much as AJ can love me and try to understand me, he doesn't get it. We get the gift of other women to relate to and to be with each other. If you want to read Ruth, feel free. I kind of want to start going through it and see kind of what God is speaking through this chapter now that I've been married for a couple more years. But yeah, like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the phrase Ruth clung to her and what that means to you, what you feel like God is saying. And just a reminder to love your friends today. Go on a coffee date, find something at the thrift store that they love, send them a text. I, by the way, have been terrible at texting. My friends in real life know this. I've been just very overwhelmed, and I honestly feel like I don't even have the time to answer a text. But it's those friendships that stick with you even through those times, you know, like I think that's just kind of the season I'm in, that I just feel like I just feel so grateful for friendships that cling to each other, that don't leave, and that weather the storm with you and go wherever you go and are there to be with you, because that's just so important. I just really feel so honored to be with you guys on this gloomy, cozy fall day. It truly is though. It is. Let me see. You can't get much more fall than that. If you made it this far, be sure to comment this emoji to let me know that you stayed all the way to the end. And I think I found a name for you guys who make it to the end. A lot of you guys mentioned being like folded laundry or like folded socks, or someone said dryerland, which I think is so cute. AJ and I laughed at that one, but I like the idea of folded, kind of, I think. Or is that weird? So I've been thinking of maybe calling you guys the folded fam. You made it to the end of the laundry chat and it's all folded and put away and everything's all good. And you guys made it to the end for everything to be like complete, but it's that dumb. Let me know any other names, but just know that if you made it to the end, it's such an honor. I just value you so much. I'm so glad you're here, and it means a lot to me. It truly does. I just love that we get to do a little bit of life together, and I, like I said, have so much fun doing it with you guys. So be sure to subscribe to the laundry chat if you haven't already. I put up videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you guys in the next laundry chat.